Hello there, this is a bit of a belated video today, a bit of a fun vlog for you to have a look at a project I started back in mid-May, and it was to maximise space in my carded room. It's a very small carded room, as you can see. It's a box room effectively in my house, and I was at the point with my collecting that I was spilling out onto the landing of my home. And by getting these 4 cardboard cylindrical containers, whatever you want to call them, I'll put all the details of where I got them from and the size and specs and everything later on in the video, because shortly I'm going to cut to a vlog I did back in May putting these things together. But because of that, I've managed to now get my entire collection in this room. I know it's very packed, and as you can see, I can just about walk around them. If it was a bigger room, which I wished it was, I'd have these 2 cylinders further apart, but as you can see, they're just close together, and you can see the figures on both sides of them, and you can walk around. So the lighting as well in here, I've included just for now just 1 extra lamp just to light them up, because this thing sucks the light out of them massively, which is a shame. So, you know, there's 1 light at the top, and I even put a mirror at the top, and I did try at one point having one of the 2 towers right underneath the light, and that really did light up the room because obviously it reflected back up to the ceiling. But for now, just for space purposes, I've got the 2 towers between the main light, and I've included some extra lights. But this is it. So stay tuned, there's more details of what I've been doing in here to follow, but as you can see, I've got 4 towers, and I haven't even filled them up yet. And trust me, I've got everything in here. I've got multiple variants for TVC 1.0, I've got all of VC 2.0 and Retro Collection in here, but amazingly, I've got it all in here with some more space to spare, but we are getting now literally very full. And as you can see, I have got this new row. Oh yeah, I've even got my sequel trilogy stuff in here as well, ladies and gentlemen. This was actually not on display some time ago, but yeah, on the top row as well, I've gone onto the ceiling, and it's pinned at the top, and it falls down on the top of the first row on the wall. So I don't want to go any further into the ceiling because that really will suck the light out of here. But anyway, let's cut now to a few months ago. Oh my god. Whoa. This is my front door. It's usually quite a nice foyer, this in this house, very bright, but that takes the light out somewhat. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the next Star Wars project of mine, collection room project. And all right, let's go in on this. That is what I bought. You want a wide angle here as well, so this will seem smaller than it is. Bear with me. Ooh, got to pan back now. So this cylinder is 85 centimeters long, and the diameter is 50, I think. I can't remember. I'll have to put the specs up, but it's the biggest one I could get. I was going to get one that was smaller than I found. This is the best one, and this is it, man. They stack. Can you guess what it's for? Well, got big plans for this, man. I think this is going to be awesome. And let's get on full angle normal. Yeah, and this is it. So you get a plastic lid. It's got this metal thing here. I guess that's just sort of you release the. It's got a name that I can't remember what it is. Yeah, that comes off, and then you can get inside it. But let's keep that locked for now. And I can stack one on the other. I did my measurements when I was researching them, and I know I can fit one on top of the other, and it won't interfere with the ceiling. The smaller size that I was looking at, you could have got 3 in a row, but I thought, well, why mess around with 3 of them when I can just have 2? And the other thing about the other one was it was a smaller diameter, so it would have been less. I think I can get loads of Star Wars vintage collection on there, man. So yeah, man, I don't know what I'm going to put in these. I'm going to wide angle again. It's just massive storage, isn't it? Look at that. You're on a wide angle here. Let's go on the full angle. Cavernous space. Look at that, massive. So that will house a Razor Crest, the one that I don't want to put in my roof. And they can go in there. And I might keep these on just for now. These things, these clamps are there like that. Now I'm just seeing the great storage potential of these. If I ever move house, which won't be anytime soon, hopefully, I will, I will be using these as well. But they are great, man. I think this is gonna work. I've really got a good feeling about this. I've got one more to open. I'm gonna do that now, and then all 4 of them are ready. let's have a look at the situation. So, let's go normal screen. Okay, so this is the situation. These are really crudely put together. This is not how I'm going to display them, obviously. I've just used sellotape for the purposes of just estimating what I'm going to do when I actually properly secure them on. Probably with nails. Maybe nails are too deep. Maybe I've got push pins or thumb, what are they called now? Drawing pins or thumbtacks, whatever you call them. And this is the situation, just to give you an idea. So we have all together, all the way around, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's the gap. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 around, I was right. So 11 around, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna secure them like I secure all my figures normally on a wall. Bear with me, let me show you how I normally do it. And here we are in my normal carded room, and what I do is, and what I've done for many years, depends on the surface that you're pinning a figure to. If it's rough, it might grip it, but if it isn't, they'll slide, because always has been the case that figures, the weight is on the left hand side. So when you put them in a star case, which has central pivot, essentially the equilibrium is off, so they will slide. So that's why I've always secured mine to the wall with not 1 but 2 nails. This one to keep it in place, this one to lock it square. So that's probably what I'm going to do with this new thing, and they are going to go here and there because yeah man, currently renovating that, refurbing it. I had to clean those windows, that's why everything's off, by the way, and everything is in piles. Bruh, look at the state of this room. But hopefully it will be as neat as this. This is all kind of neat now. These walls are fine, but it's just going to be another means of me getting the figures and keeping them in here. I think it's going to be interesting, man. Really interesting to see what they look like. It's a great experiment, isn't it? I love it. Anyway, back to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I'm going to bring you today. I just wanted to show you what this plan was. Isn't it mad? It's really funny. These together, they cost me £157, ladies and gentlemen, including shipping and tax. So that's what they cost, but I just saw the opportunity, and when you buy in bulk, they were less. Obviously with the tax added on, it added up, but it would have been £80 just for 2, so I thought, just don't mess about, get both of them. I knew they were going to work. I'd done my research, and maybe it's because I saw one at work. It wasn't exactly like this one, but similar. In fact, these are better than what I saw in work. This has got a proper solid lid. But I just had the idea. I thought, I've got to do this, man. I thought, if anything, it'll be really good content to bring you good people. But I just think it's really funny. And let me know what your thoughts are. The capacity will be 33 times by 4. And then your quick math will tell you that, boom. Was I right earlier? Who knows? That will be the total amount. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching that video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay with me, subscribe. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to set them up in the room you just saw above. Then I'm going to maybe paint them. I say maybe, I will paint them. Same colour as the walls in this place and in the room you saw above. In my carded room. I'm going to paint them magnolia. I just think it's it's a lot of fun, man. It's interesting. Oh, I've got one more here. Downwards, they're going to go like that. That's why I'll need to paint it, because you'll see the cardboard behind. So painted the same colour as the house. This should look really nice. Really nice indeed. So that's going to be a big job. Keep me busy. So this voiceover that I'm recording now is right present day, which is, what are we now, the 12th of August I'm recording this. This footage you're looking at here is just some extra shots I did at the end of the day when I got the drums into position before I painted them. So I wanted to bring you this video because I've been sort of sitting on this for a while. The actual uncut version of the footage you've watched just before was on Patreon, so they've seen that for a few months now, but that's it. I just wanted to show you what went on. There are some drawbacks with this. It's not being great. The positives have been, it works. You can do this. If you want to do something similar, I totally recommend it. Bad news for me is this room was already tiny. When I walk in there now, it's ridiculous because I'm met by 2 huge towers and it's a nightmare almost. But there is a positive side. When I've got all the lights on in there and it's lit, it looks good. However, I do wish I had a bigger room, because with these in there, you can barely, there's not enough space to breathe. It's ridiculous. So that's that. But still, it's a lot of fun. I've obviously shot things with a wide angle so you can get a good idea of what space there is. I mean, you can get in there and walk around, and you know, when I light it up and get all the lights on, it's fine, it looks all right. But because they're so big, and because the central light in the room is now rendered redundant, they take the light away, it's crap. But again, there's ways around that, and I might bring in additional lighting. I could even put some lights on the top of this if you were really creative. And as you saw before, mirrors work. But that's all. I think I've said more than enough. Thank you for watching this. Hope you don't mind my waffles on it. Welcome your thoughts and opinions. Really, I did this as an experiment. And I will be keeping them in here now, obviously. And ultimately, I've got a Razor Crest in one of them. I've got loads of carded figures I don't want to put in my roof, because in the UK our lofts get very, very hot in the summer and very, very cold in the winter, and those atmospheric changes, extreme ones at that, can affect carded figures most definitely. So I at least have them somewhere that is room temperature only, and that's quite good. So that's another positive out of this. But still, welcome your thoughts below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and maybe learned a little bit about something you could maybe do for your own collection room. On that note, thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One. Out.